Hello everyone, I'm back. So I wanted to show you something. I'm dying to get into it and I was really excited about these, so I just wanted to share first impressions. This is a Daniel Smith watercolor dot card, and it is the Alvaro Castagnet palette, and I hope I pronounced his name correctly. I actually was sent this along with the watercolor chart from Daniel Smith directly because I couldn't find one anywhere, and despite ordering paints, I have never received one with an order. You can't order directly from Daniel Smith, and that's probably why I never got one. But they have an enormous line of amazing watercolors. They're one of my favorites. So anyway, that's what we're going to do right now. I'm going to try these. They are Silver Brush Limited Black Velvet watercolor brushes. This is the 3-piece set, the Susan Louise Moyer set. And I got this set because it has what I've considered probably the greater variety of most useful sizes to me. And this is the first time I'm opening it, and it's being very difficult to get it out of the box. So true to my nature, I'm just gonna rip it out of there. There we go. So the sizes are 12, an 8, and a 4. And I hope you're seeing everything well, because I really cannot, I don't have any idea about how to edit videos or change them, so you get what you get. Excuse me. So since I wanted to try swatching these so that I can see how the colors work out, they have the sizing on the brush tip. I'm going to use this little 4, and I'm going to fill up my water pitcher. These little jugs, I love these little things. I don't know if you've ever seen one, but it's so tiny. It's a apple cider jug from a little local store that we have, and I love, it's the best cider I've ever had in my life. So I didn't buy it just for the jug, but honestly I probably would, because I'm like that. But so cleaning the brush off, and I don't know how to pull out boring parts of a video or speed it up or anything, but there is a way on Facebook that you can speed up the video. So if I'm going too slow, please feel free, because I always speed up videos myself. So I don't blame anyone for doing that. So here we go. This is, again, the Alvaro Castagnet palette. I put today's date on here with this. I love this little date stamper. My handwriting is pretty weak, so I thought that would be the best way for me to date things in my sketchbooks. And so this kind of commemorates, when I look back at the swatch card, I'll know how long I've had it. Let's get the plastic out of the way. So just going to try them out. Some of these colors I actually have in my big Daniel Smith watercolor tin, but most of them I don't. So this may be, fortunately or unfortunately, depending on how you look at it, it might be creating a shopping list for me. So the first one was Hansa Yellow Deep. I don't know if you can see that in the video or not. That one I do have. This is Organic Vermilion, and you can see that you can get some very pretty ombre effect with it. That's what I was trying to say. I have yet to find, though, a red that is granulating. I don't know if there's one out there. Like I said, I just haven't found one yet, and that looks like it might be, but I don't think it is. I have their whole paint chart thing. I'll show you really quickly. I won't bore you to death, but I have made this folder that has all of their paints in them, the name, the pigments that are in it, whether or not it's light fastness, well, it's light fastness rating, whether it's staining, granulating, what its transparency is, and the right here it says 15/5/S. That means it comes in 15 milliliter, 5 milliliter tubes or sticks. So that particular one, the alizarin crimson, you can get in all. So I have all of the pages, and then I have highlighted the colors that I have, which clearly they have way more colors than I do, and I actually have several. So it's kind of neat that this particular card still has a lot that I don't. So continuing on, wetting it a little bit, and then coming back with a little more water to pull it out to the side. And this is, I'm just going to leave this like this as a swatch card, because you can actually get a surprisingly large amount of painting done with just these tiny little dots. This one I do have. I have the ultramarine blue, and I'll tell you the ones that I already have as I go. But I have a cobalt, but my cobalt is mission gold, and so now I will be able to compare the two side by side. And honestly, as I figured, the Daniel Smith cobalt is a much prettier color, in my opinion. They're similar, but the mission gold one looks more like a phthalo blue. This is cobalt teal blue. Wet it a little. And spread it out. And then after, you know, the paints are wet, and that's okay. I'll leave the card to dry, and then I'll have it later. And then now that the paints are beside of it, it's a perfect little swatch for me to know exactly what I want to grab. I do not have, let me check first before I say that. I don't think I have the cobalt teal blue. No, I do not. And this one is Viridian, and I also do not have that one in Daniel Smith. The end goal for me is to eventually have all of the Daniel Smith colors, of course, because I love them. And that was yellow ochre. I'm gonna go ahead and wet a couple of these ahead. That'll help speed things along a little bit. Okay, burnt sienna light. I also do not have this one. That is a beautiful, rich sienna. I don't know if you can see that very well. I hope you can, because I can't even see my phone right now to tell you whether or not it's focused. So, sorry. This is sepia. I love this sepia. Now, I have used the Mission Gold sepia, and honestly, it's more of a black gray. This looks more like a true sepia to me. I really like that, and I don't have it either. I also don't have this Purell Orange, or the Purell Red, or Vermilion. I don't know if I said that or not, but so that is a beautiful, vibrant orange. It kind of reminds me a little bit of like a cadmium orange, but a bit more red. I don't know if that's accurate. I don't have a cadmium orange either, so I'll go ahead and wet those up. And then when I get to the titanium, or Chinese white, when I get to that color, I'm going to do something a little bit different, because just swatching white doesn't do a whole lot of good. You can't really see it. So what I'm going to do is pull it down across the writing, because the main thing I need to know with that is how transparent it is, because usually the whites are not transparent, and they, oh, that is so pretty. I do not have either of these three either. This is Deep Scarlet, Alvaro's Caliente Gray, and Alvaro's Fresco Gray. I don't know why I have such a hard time saying his name. That is a beautiful, I would say kind of like a violet gray, if I had to narrow it down. And this is a neutral tint. I do have this color, and I love using this color. It's very useful for shadows and just a lot of other things. You can vary the intensity, of course, on all of them, but I recently got the neutral tint color, and I'm so glad that I did, because I really like it. Now, the Chinese white, I was saying about the white, it is more of an opaque color, usually. So the only thing I'm really concerned about with it is the opacity, which, yeah, if you look at the back of the card, it has all of the information on it, the color information from the light fastness rating, whether or not it is staining, whether or not it granulates, and what its transparency is. So it is already marked as semi-transparent, as are several on here, which means they're a little bit opaque. And yes, I'll be able to read through, and that's fine. I don't use white very often. I have found that when I blend it with other colors, as it dries, it didn't really change it much. Doesn't even make it pastel very much. It's easier for me to make it pastel by just adding water. And as you can see, I'm sure that the opacity of this particular Chinese white is not super strong either. It's pretty transparent, really. So that's that. And now, as far as the brushes go, I am really, really pleased with these. I waited a long time to get them. Wasn't sure that I wanted to get them. This is sticky from the goop in the package. It's gross. They're not a cheap brush, but Amazon owed me some money, and because they did, I treated myself. and that's how I ended up with these. But I love these. Okay, so one of the things that I have some Neptune brushes, those are the Princeton brushes. I have several other kinds too of good brushes, but I don't have anything that has natural hair at all. And these are a blend of natural squirrel hair and synthetic squirrel hair. So I think my Neptunes, I like them a lot because of the softness of them, but they don't have as much spring. Like, they're very hard to dry brush with for me, because they bend over, if that makes any sense, like too much. Like, if you go like that with the Neptune and you lift it up, it stays that way. It just stays wherever you put it. So you don't get what they call the snap or spring with it. And I was really hoping that these would behave like a squirrel hair, but give me some spring back like the Aqua Elites do. The Aqua Elite has a lot of, those are Princeton too. The Aqua Elite has a lot of spring, but it doesn't have that softness like squirrel hair does. And they're also not quite as thirsty as squirrel hair. So you have to re-dip and get more paint more often. But I just am very, very happy with these. Like, so excited about doing some more things with them. So again, this is the Susan Louise Moyer set that includes the 4, 8, and 12. And I think for me, because they have a very nice point like this is a 12. That point literally comes out to a single hair. And as long as that point is retained, this one has a couple on the tip, but not many. So as long as that point is retained, a 4 should be as fine as I could possibly need. And unlike super fine detail brushes that are very small and short, like, sorry for the noise, I have this one here is a super fine detail brush, but it's a master's touch, round 2 aught, they call it 20. This should be significantly smaller than this one on the tip. But the belly is smaller, but if you look at the tip between them, you can see that the Silver Black Velvet brush has a much, much finer tip. So it will probably make this brush completely obsolete, even though I just recently purchased it. But that's okay. It would be a good brush to use for masking fluid, so it won't go to waste entirely. So anyway, that's all I have for right now, but thank you for watching, and if you don't mind, like the video, give me comments, ask questions, and if you don't mind, I would really appreciate you to share it. I'm just trying to get out there, get enough followers and subscribers to make this like an official channel for me. So if you could do that, I'd really appreciate it. Otherwise, you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you very much.